They watching. They hating. They talking. Keep watching. They talk about us like we don't know that they talk about us. So much shit done went on. People came and went on. They bash our name, say we wrong. Don't pay it no mind, nigga, move on. We grown over here, no newborn. I'ma say what I say, then move on. I've seen a lot of shit say I'm wrong. I'd be lying if I didn't say it, move on. I be down for a minute, but I'm still on. They be waiting for us to do something wrong. They be talking about us, say I'm wrong. We speed up the pace and go strong. I'm in the zone. I can do this all alone without using my fingers, without touching phone. Hotspot. Let me tell you something about the club name. Hotspot. We been doing this before we came in. Hotspot. Social club, now we international. Hotspot. Made the 3 letters more fashionable. Hotspot. Everybody out here know the name now. Hotspot. We all we got, we good. Hotspot. I keep going, won't fall back.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Showtime!
Sueros. Vegas strong, son.
What's up, everybody? And we're live. Welcome to the 112th episode of the Pedals Up Podcast. I'm Tony Vegas, and this is my man,
Danny Ssonn.
Man, 112 episodes, guy. Every time I keep saying the episodes, they get higher and higher, and it's just like, wow, we've done it so long so far.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 112, where the players dwell.
Hey,
Biggie,
that's how we do things.
We're debating either Puff Daddy or Mace, but
Method Man and Redman. Method Man and Redman. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, man. But we're here, man. Thank you for tuning in, like always. And if you're new to this, it's a podcast all about bicycles. That's what we do, talk about bicycles.
Podcast show.
Yes, sir.
It's a podcast show.
Yes,
it's a podcast because you can listen to it, and it's a show because you can watch us.
And you can be live with us and be in the chat, man. So what's up, everybody in the chat?
I'm excited for this. But before we go, we want to let you guys know where we are shown, where our social media platform and everything, where you guys can watch us and everything. We are on Facebook Live, as you're seeing us right now. You are also on YouTube Live. So if you guys go on there, don't forget to like and subscribe on those two. And also, if you guys don't have a monitor or anything, you want to listen to us in the car, because hello everybody that's driving, drive safe. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and for the latest information and stuff, look on our Instagram, and we have all that kind of information. So that's all the stuff right there. Share it with somebody. Let somebody know, hey man, these guys talk about bikes, and as if they're getting into it, this is a good way to start.
Yeah, man, because again, man, if you're new to this, the formula that me and Tony always talk about is the 1 like, 1 subscribe, and 2 shares.
That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do.
Yes, sir.
Makes everything a lot better for all of us. So let's get to it. All right, man. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's get to it. So we are going to start off with our sponsors, because we always talk about our sponsors, because our sponsors believe in us and we believe in our sponsors. So here we go. First one.
Oh, Clyde James Cycles, man.
Out
there in Texas, man. If you're building a bike and you need some custom parts, check him out, man. Check out his Facebook, check out his Instagram, and make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. But he has all those cool parts that you're looking for your bicycle, man. So check him out. And again, that's Clyde James Cycles out there in Texas. And he ships. So wherever you at, he get it to you, no problem.
Not SHIT one. Ships with the P. All right. Let's see what's next. Marissa Mays. Hey, shout out to Marissa Mays and Light Me Up San Diego, man. She had all the kids on lined up. We have it posted on our Facebook, on our Pedals Up page, Facebook. So check that out. It's a really cool thing. But congratulations on that, Marissa. Thank you very much for that. But Light Me Up San Diego. And also, if you wanted to buy houses.
Oh, yeah. There you go. In the San Diego area, she got you. And remember, get lit and don't get hit, man. She got all those cool lights for all your bicycle needs. All those custom bike lights, yeah. All
right, who's next? And
Coast to Coast Trophy.
Best trophies of the world. We got a care package at my house. So I'm gonna be opening it up. So it's gonna be really cool. But for Coast to Coast Trophies, best trophies known to mankind, best trophies in the world. Thank you guys very much for being one of our sponsors. And if you guys need those cool trophies for all of your guys' shows, bike show, soccer event, any kind of event or anything like that, boom, right there, they got you. Divorce trophy, bam, they got you.
Yes,
all right. So coast to coast trophies. All right, what's next?
HB Cruiser, man. One of the baddest custom cruisers in the game, man.
Dude.
He's been doing it for a long time, man. Work very clean when it comes to these custom cruisers. And if you know people that have one, you know what these bikes are, man.
Dude.
Quality bicycles.
You got to get one in your stable of bikes. I mean, everyone's got to own at least one HB or has owned an HB in their time. But HB Cruisers, thank you very much. You're a legend, man. Thank you, Mr. Robert Bell. Yeah. All right, who's next?
E3 School of Engraving, man. You can learn a new trade, man. You can go in business for yourself, learn something new, man. E3 School of Engraving, man. Like and subscribe and check them out, man. Always learning the new cuts and all that when it comes to this engraving stuff, man. Me and Tony both.
We're alumni.
Yes, sir.
We are graduates from that school. So, yeah, so pretty soon, you're going to start seeing some more stuff. Danny's been on the grinding it out and everything. I'm about to step into the game.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, E3 School of Engraving. Who else is next?
Peak Cycles.
Peak Cycles?
One of the coolest YouTube channels that we follow, man. Always has all that cool content when it comes to these custom bicycles, man. All the information you need from wheels to handlebars to steering to forks to seats to kickstands. Everything that has to do about bicycles, man. Follow Jimmy on Peak Cycles on YouTube.
I watch Jimmy when I'm working on my bikes in the garage.
Yeah,
that's like
man.
The garage ambiance movie. I mean, that's just what I play when I'm working on my bike. So he's good knowledge right there. All right, what's next? Brad Marlin. Hey, man, that is an OG of the game of bike life. He's got all kinds of bikes, all different flavors. That man right there, not only he has badass guitars in the background, but he's got badass bikes. He's just got as many bikes as he does guitars in the back.
From custom cruisers to the e-bikes
to clunkers
BMX
now. To clunkers now.
To the clunkers,
so he's growing from all those stages. So, hey man, if you ever get a chance to talk to Brad Marlin, he's a good guy to talk to.
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much, Brad Marlin, for being one of our sponsors. All right.
Bassett.
One of the coolest bikes.
When it comes to BMX, man, one of the baddest out there. Yeah, man. The heavy hitters, shout out to the heavy hitters, a crew that really represents these bikes well.
Yes,
when it comes to the big BMX, these bikes, even the race team, man, represents for the Bassett.
Yes.
So shout out to Bassett BMX.
So thank you very much, Bassett, for being one of our sponsors. Who else is next? That's all of them?
Yes.
Man, we got room for more. But that's all of them right now. But thank you guys very much for being our sponsors. Hey man, it's been crazy seeing all these bikes coming out. It's been crazy to see all these shows that are going on. It's been crazy to see all these rides that are happening. Everyone's being active. We've missed a couple of big ones, but you know, life is life, and but we've been seeing all these rides happening, and all these rides that are happening that we don't go to, they're popping, they're big, they're good. So we're gonna be there, but we're gonna talk about the rides that are happening this month and next month and the following month after that. So here we go.
Yeah, so you got Big Dog birthday ride. This is July 1st, Nicholas Stadium. Thibodaux, Louisiana. Meet up at 6:30, rolling out at 7 p.m. This with the Eastside Riders Bike Club out there in Louisiana.
Yeah, happy birthday, my friend. So hope you have a good one on that ride.
Big
All right.
Dog.
What's next?
Wicked Ways 3rd Annual Pool Party and Ride. Sunday, July 3rd.
Oh my gosh.
Man, they're going to be hanging out by the pool. Remember last week they was hanging out by the pool? That could be you, man. July 3rd. So again, man, 4 p.m. till barbecue, all that stuff, man. So again, man, with the Wicked Ways out there.
Wicked Ways is fun.
Yeah, you can make it out there, hang out with them dudes. Always a good time, man.
Wicked Ways is a good time with those guys. Make sure you have a beer for us. All right, what's next? Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
The 928 Bike Life presents first Saturday ride. Bike Life first ever AZ to Cali ride. What? They're riding from AZ to Cali out there. So yeah, man, July 3rd, meet up at 6:30 p.m. Joe Henry Park, and pedals up at 7:30. So hey, man, if you're out there riding, remember, stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Riding at night, man, your lights. Be safe out there, and always tools and
you gotta be safe.
Yeah, because flat tires happen all the time, man. So if you're out there, again, man, be safe. Safety first. But again, man, this is out there in the 928 first Saturday ride.
And who else do we got?
Rolling with the crew, Glendale, Arizona, Westgate Independence Day celebration. Out there with the Coyotes, man. July 3rd. Yeah.
There's so many of you guys.
Yeah, meet up at 7:30 at Streets of New York Pizza out there in Glendale, Arizona, man.
They're always a good time, and they're very organized in their rides. So I'm sure that if you guys go to their rides, it's going to be a really good time. All right, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go through some messages here that I got for the rides and stuff. So, all right, what's next?
Oh, T-Fresh. T-Fresh. Yo, Saturday, July 9th, open house event, 10 to 3 p.m. This is going down out there in Clovis, California, man. So, yeah, man.
Sent you one. All right. Dude, that's going to be... Do you see that red bike up there?
Yeah.
That
Remember we met T-Fresh? That was with the speakers?
Yes, the T-Fresh guy? Yes,
yeah.
I know. He's got the really cool, the cool speaker holders.
Yep.
So hit him up, man. It's going to be a good ride, too. So July 9th. All right, what else is next?
Friday, July 8th, you got Robert Pop's birthday out there in Arizona, man. There's a Facebook event, so make sure to follow. And shout out to Robert out there, who's a big follower of the podcast.
Yes. So happy birthday, Robert. What's it? All right.
Oh, July 8th through the 10th, man. This is the Friday, Saturday, Sunday Midwest Explosion out there in Cleveland.
This thing's
going
to be a big event. We'll go next year, but this looks like
Friday,
a big event.
the beach takeover. What? Saturday, you got the picnic, bike show, color count Midwest ride, man. And then Sunday, you got the Midwest farewell brunch ride. Come on down Sunday.
Damn, well, a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, sir.
So that's the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th of July.
Okay, yeah.
All right, what's next?
Summertime in the UNE. This is July 16th, 11 to 5 p.m. Bike show and ride hosted by King of Kings, Warren Wong Wheels, Lion Main's Barbershop out there in Union City. Again, this is July 16th, going down, man.
Yeah, so you guys read the flyer at the bottom. It says everything, bike ride, pedals up, 12 awards for the No Trailer Queen. So basically it's saying that you got to ride your bike at the show or that weekend for it. So just make sure you hit them up for the information. Hit Warren Wong or Kings of Kings. Hey, Kings of Kings are the homies. Hit them up and find out what the rules and regulations of their whole show is, okay? Because they just to make sure everything is all clear. All right, what's next? Thank you.
Los Cyclists invites you to
second annual family float down, July 30th, Saturday, July 30th. Hey man, I went last year and I had such a good time on this float down. You guys, if you guys want to have a good time in Yuma, Arizona and come down and float down on the river and just do something different, man, this is the thing to do. I'm telling you, you're going to have so much fun. And Yuma really knows how to host some things. So this is from the Los Cyclists right there. So make sure if you guys go to this, plan it out, hit up the Los Cyclists, get some more information. But this is actually really fun to do.
So what's something somebody, if wanted to go out there, what should they take?
What should take? An inner tube. Boom. A cooler and another inner tube for your cooler. Okay? Don't bring these big ass things. I did, and it was too much to bear. So inner tubes and just float down. Fun times. I'm telling you, it's fun times. Just got to go and have good times. All right. What's next? Dude, man.
September 17th through the 18th.
This is the show of the year.
SoCal in San Diego, Southern California. Bike show, son. It's gonna be.
This is gonna be one of the biggest shows of the year.
Yeah, we hyping it up, man, because we gonna be there big. It's gonna be there big. The show's gonna be big. It's a big ass show.
There's gonna be a lot of things going on at the show. There's gonna be unveilings. There's gonna be new bikes coming out. If you're that one guy that's got 10 bikes, we want you to bring all 10 bikes. Come on, player, bring all your 10 bikes. We want to see all your bikes. Say, this is my collection. Boom. Do it. Let's make this show bigger than anything else. But you know, collectors, builders, you guys bring all your bikes. We want to see all your toys. Let all the other prospects and stuff pull your bikes over, or you ride all your bikes over, and that truck's all filled up for you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I want to see all your bikes. I want to see what you got. Okay, so let's bring this thing. Let's do SoCal big. Let's make sure Jimmy Peak's show is gigantic and everybody's going to know. Pedals Up Podcast is going to be there in full effect.
I'm already getting my phone ready for videos.
Oh yeah, I'm already deleting stuff.
Son.
There's going to be cameras and everything all over the place. Guy, you do not want to miss this show. I'm telling you, it's going to be epic, epic, epic. So, SoCal show, September 17th through the 18th.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, you want to get there on the 17th early for that pre-ride, because they have pre-rides, at the day ride of the day of the show, and then the after ride, the Sunday. So there's plenty of stuff to do. You do not want to miss this. All right, is that all the rides? Whew, that's a lot of rides. That was quite a few rides, probably good rides that are going on, man. So what's been going on with you this week? Everything good?
Yeah, man, just working right now. That's what it is right now. Right now Vegas is on, man. Like, it's been on. So working.
Just working. Same here. You know, I've been working on my bike, on the Zephyr. So the Zephyr is hopefully gets to go to the Jimmy Peak show. So let's see what happens. I'm on documenting the whole thing as I'm taking it apart and everything, and I'll put a video all together. All right, so we're gonna get on to the part that a lot of us like and look forward to. We're going to the bike of the week. So when you guys see this bike of the week flyer or anything, make sure you guys post it here so we can grab the bike from there. Sometimes it gets lost in translation and stuff like that. So this is gonna be interesting bike of the week pick. So what you got today, son?
So this week I picked a bike out of Australia.
Damn.
You know, that's not a bike, this a bike, but this bike, yo, man, really stands out to me because, I mean, it's just cool. The design of the frame, it just looks really, I don't know, it reminds me of like barbed wire kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Is that like, what is that? Is that a Zeba?
That's like, I believe that's Troy Tyler.
Or King. No, I'm sorry. It has a similar one to that. I was like, damn, that shit's hard.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, there's been a few versions of this kind of style bike, but this
hard.
one really did catch my eye. From the handlebar, it just kind of becomes one piece to the fork, and then you can see the way the fork splits up, and just kind of the frame. Everything about it sits cool, man. And I always dig those kind of bicycle seats now because they are very comfortable. So yeah, man, the fat tire
bobber
cruiser,
seats, yeah.
So this kind of that's why I kind of went with this one
Okay.
this week. Yeah. And the picture's tight too.
The picture's tight. Okay. I'll see you, player. Okay. So, all right. I like it. I dig it. So that's Danny's pick. You know, I've been dealing with a lot of electric bikes lately, and it's been electric bike crazy lately. And you know what? Today I just said, you know what? I'm picking an electric bike. So, boom, Joey Clemens with this bike. This is just a badass bike. I'm sorry. I call it the Spicoli. That's what I call it. He calls it the Hellbird, but it is a dope bike. I had to put it up there. I had to put it up at some point in time because it's just, dude, it's just sick looking, and he does everything is just really pristine and bright. His helmet even lights up. So there you go, guys. There's all your bikes of the week, man. But congratulations to you two. Tonight I will be posting all of the bikes of the week for June, so we can have a vote off. And then at the end of the vote for next week, we'll vote. I mean, we'll have the total count for the running for bike of the year. Okay, so the winner of June gets to be put in with all the other bikes of the months, and then at the end of the year, there's a trophy, a big trophy brought to you by Coast to Coast Trophies, and I'm telling you, the trophies are gonna be sick. Okay, they're just gonna be ridiculously sick. So make sure you guys, if you guys take your pictures of your bikes, take the time. If you took the time to fix them, to build the bike, pick the color, do this and do that, take the time to take a proper picture. And then we can post it up, and then, you know, it'll be viral. It'll go out there.
And again, we pick them, but you guys vote. This is your vote, your bicycles. We are just highlighting these badass bikes because there's a lot of cool bicycles out there, man. And we really trying to push for these bikes to go viral, man, because there's a lot of cool bicycles out there, and a lot of cool people that own these bicycles are really cool, interesting people too. So that's why we try to push this stuff out there. So if you have a bike and you want to submit it, look for the flyer. Again, if you're going to vote for it, vote for the one on Pedals Up podcast to make it official. So if you're sharing it, make sure that you go to the Pedals Up podcast. And if you're new to this, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and vote for your favorite bike of the week. Actually, bike of the month. So yeah, man,
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So yeah, I think, you know, it's kind of time, right? You know, we got, dude, this guy Frank Hernandez, man, boy, a lot of people have seen what he has done. I'm so excited that he's on the show. So we're gonna be bringing him on. So check out this little video. having a little technical difficulty. Frank, we can't hear you.
Yeah, they can't hear me. What's going on?
Can't hear you. Can we hear you? Can we hear you? Switch off.
Nope.
How about now?
Ah,
How about now?
Great. Now we just gotta
Now?
whatchamacallit. Can you hear us?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
there we go.
Let's
Cuando
respond.
sientes,
I
cuando-
can't respond to this shit. I mean, like, tell me something, my guy. All right, cool. We got it. What's up, Frank? How you doing, my dude?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you guys?
All right, man. We're doing great, man. We're so happy that you were on you're on our show. We've been seeing what you've been doing lately with these nerves. I mean, it's basically nerves because everything else, he doesn't really ride too many other things besides
No,
the
he got the Schwinn and the nerves.
But the nerves are like his thing right now.
Hey, wait, I got my Superposer GT, so I'm good. I got. I'm good,
So how's everything going over there?
Hey, it's great. Hey, you know what, guys? I want to thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, man,
I'm honored.
thank you. No, thank you, man.
I'm honored. It's hot.
You're doing it in your garage.
I'm staring at my pool and I want to go in there.
Yo, Frank got a little beach too in the backyard, man. We actually got to hang out with Frank last time when we went out to California.
That was dope.
It was a good time. We were out there for a bike show for the McCargy one, right?
Yeah.
So it was a good time out there, man. So for people that are like new to this, man, tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into this bike life game. Like, what got you started into this?
I mean, we've all been into bikes as kids, right?
Yeah.
And like getting older is like I always wanted to fix up a bike again, because I'm too big for a 20-inch Schwinn, too fucking big. So I'm like, there's got to be cruisers out there, and I was on the internet and just looking, and I saw bikes, and then one day after work, I went into my local bike shop, and one of the techs had just finished putting up the Nerve, and I saw it, and I'm like, there was a Rat Fink. What else was there right next to it? I mean, this was back in 04. So whatever bikes were out at the time, I saw the Nerve, and I'm like, fuck, this one's hard. And I just said I want it. And I mean, I put it on layaway and shit, but I felt kind of guilty spending $500 on a bike. I'm like, really?
Don't we all?
That's how it is when you first kind of coming into it. Yeah.
And then, I always saw the, growing up in the 90s, all the Warren's wheels. And I was always like, there's got to be a fat rim out there. There's got to be like a deep dish. And the more I, went down the rabbit hole on the internet, I came across all that shit. And it's been fucking nonstop ever since.
Dude, and so you are actually like a welder by trade, correct?
No,
Iron worker by trade at the beginning?
Yeah, I went through the apprenticeship and did the welding, but I never got my certs. I never followed that, but I mean, it's because of iron I owe everything to, I owe everything to it, because without it, I would have never learned how to weld. Being out there and seeing all that crazy shit that goes on, you see it as art, and it's like all the cantilever shit that you see, it's all engineered, and your brain just starts going, and you just start thinking, and there's ideas everywhere. Everywhere you see, there's creativity, and it's what you see that other people can't see.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the beauty of a lot of these bikes. It's like, it's like we look at regular, I can't just say regular people that are not into the bikes, but they just say it, it's just a bike. It's just a bike. But to us.
That's what you spent how much?
Yeah, exactly. When you say, how much did you spend? And you say, spend X amount. But, everyone has their hobby. Everyone has their thing. Everyone has their love of what they want. People like car stereos. So people like rims. People like fixing up their cars. People like fixing up their office or their house or whatever the case may be. But,
Or those little eggs. Those eggs people collect.
Yeah, those freaking, all these little things, all these little toys and pops and all this kind of stuff. People have their thing, but everyone collects something at some point in time. But the way we see bikes and the way we design bikes and the way we can tear bikes apart, we see things in a whole different light. But when you, as yourself, Frank, when you got these bikes as regular stock nerves and then actually slam them, and you got airbag or you got air rise on them and stuff like that. That takes a whole different thing. I mean, you're taking like the lowrider culture to the cruiser culture and like mixing them all up, you know, and that's a cool thing.
Exactly, because I mean, going to these cruiser nights and then just being into that. I've always been into lowriders since I was a kid. Even when I was a kid building models, this is just fucking just destroy them, trying to build them in a day. But, you know, you got to start somewhere. And as you get older, you get better. And that scene, the culture, just the paint, you know, everything, like the cars, hitting switches, the bombs, you know, even in the 90s, the Euro cars, the Hondas, the Samurais, the mini trucks. I mean, it's all like a big pot, you know?
Yeah. Dude, but you're doing good with them, because when you bring in these bikes out, you're taking some hardware home, and you put a lot of eyes are being put on your bikes. I mean, you're doing you did a really good job on your bikes, man. Because
of everything that you just said right now about going back to the 90s, it brings you back to that era. You bring that to your bikes, and you can see that you bring that like Chicano style to the bike, but also bring the air ride to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's another thing too, like with your bike. I think, which one did you go viral with? The one that was with Chemito. What bike were you riding that time when you were cruising down
I was on the trike.
On the trike, right? The blue one. So that one too, yeah, I posted that one a while back, and that's probably one of my most viewed videos. Not this one, just when you were just sitting on Fremont and you hit the switch. It's at 7,000. What is it? 700.
Wow, 751,513 views.
That's what you at right now.
That's where you at right now on your video.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to everyone that likes my shit. You know.
Oh man, that's
crazy, man. So if it gets to 1 million, imagine that's 1 million eyes that have seen your bike. That's pretty crazy, and that's
paycheck on that.
Hey man, but this is what I'm saying though. Like, it's gonna take us pushing and putting these bikes out there, because this is new to a lot of people that have. To us, it might be old already. It's like, I've had this for a while, but to someone seeing this for the first time, they're like, "Yo, what is this?" Just that same excitement that we had when we first saw that. Because imagine when, like you said yourself, you had to go online, you had to do all that research. But now we are that research. We are that is more easily available because of people doing the YouTube channels and doing the stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind
totally
of
agree.
700.
You're right, because all the resources are out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's just connecting the dots now. You know, every city is starting to kind of get hip to the custom cruiser scene, the BMX scene, the e-bike scene, and everything's kind of merging. For a while, everything, because I came in maybe to this bike game when the Fixie, right before the Fixie started hitting, you know what I mean? Because then when the Fixies came out, I was like, yo, what is this? Because it was its own little style, and you had its own little, but there was a lot of dudes getting down on the skinny tire, and I was like, yo, it's its own thing. But it wasn't really me. I tried it. I was too big to be all on a Fixie at that time. I was like,
look like a wedgie.
Yeah, I just felt
like a wedgie on you.
I felt like the bear at the circus. You know what I mean, with the bike. So I was like, I had to get something else, and I just went to that OG style just from being a kid again. Just seeing those dudes on the beach cruiser with the big old bull horn.
The fucking baby boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it just took me back to that, where I was like, yo, I'm going to get me a beach cruiser, but I'm going to deck it out. I'm going to make the fastest beach cruiser. So I started going on YouTube, looking at custom beach cruisers, and there wasn't that many, like when it came to the beach cruisers that was like custom, that was trying to do, it was the clunkers, but I was like, that's cool. But it wasn't too many people doing like actual tricks on them. There was one dude, I think in like Lancaster or something, doing some crazy stuff. Yeah, doing like wheelies and some shit on and I'm like, that's pretty cool. But then here in Vegas, that's when I kind of got hip to it from a flyer, just kind of on Craigslist, putting myself out there, always buying and selling these bikes and stuff. So when I saw your bike, I think the first time was also the trike, just hitting the switch. I was like, yo, man, this is cool. Yeah. Just the concept behind all that stuff. Like, what made you kind of put that together where you're like, yo, I'm gonna do this? Because it's still kind of new, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not new, but it is.
Yeah. A lot of people not doing it.
To be honest with you, I wanted to do this to a Schwinn. I mean, I got the drawings, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, the internet, you go down the rabbit hole, just typing in air ride hydraulics, cantilever, just looking at, even looking at like at these Baja trucks. They all got crazy suspension, the mini trucks, these C10s. You look at what they're doing, and it's like, hey, it's just like it's almost the same shit. So I came across Nick Local's
The black trike?
when he was on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
That I looked at it, I was like, this video's fairly old. And I'm like, yep, someone's done it. I'm like, that's right. That's what's up right there. I'm like, that's what's up.
Yeah, it tilts like this. That was
the front, I mean, he had a monster lockup, and I'm like, okay, cool, it's been done, and fuck, am I copying this guy? Is what I thought. And I'm like, well, not really. I'm not doing exactly the same shit, but we're using the same shit, but I mean, I'm not gonna say I invented this shit. It's just what I put my brain to it too,
Yeah.
And by that, I mean, I was inspired. I was like, fuck, I gotta do it. And
That's what I'm saying. You took the chance. You took the chance and you did it.
Yeah.
Like regardless of all those thoughts, because everybody goes through those thoughts when you're putting together a custom bike. Am I going to be biting somebody's style? Because there's only so much you can do when it comes to custom bicycles. But the thing is, you do add your own style to it. You know what I mean? And that's what kind of makes it different, because the same component, we're all going to use the same components, because when it comes down to it, there's not that much stuff out there that can really be used for this stuff. So of course you're going to use the same components, and that's what we're supposed to do, is motivate others, custom builders and custom, people to make this stuff, to come up with this stuff, to come up with ideas, to be like, yo, I can improve something like this, or I had an idea like this and this is what I needed. This was the piece of the puzzle that I needed. So that's why this is cool. This is important to just even put the dialogue out there. So that just even that you took that step to go that route, but then you go through the stuff like, okay, now I'm down to do it, but now I got to do it. Now you got to go through the trials and tribulations
of the whole
fails, of shit rubbing, of is it too heavy? Is it going to be too slow? Is this line going to hold? I mean, what are some of the things that you really had to like go through and think of when this came about?
I mean, performance, it's got to work. I'm not going to have something that doesn't fucking work, or that I can't ride it, because fuck that. You got to build something that's going to perform. And I don't want to show up to a show and my shit don't work. I don't want to show up to a show and be like, yeah, I built this thing and it don't work and I don't ride it. I wanted to build something that performed and that works and I can enjoy it. Above all, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. Enjoy the fucking thing and ride it like you stole it, ride it like you want to break it.
Yeah, and with your trikes, with the trikes that you have, and the green one that you have back there, like they're all functional in all their different ways. Because the trike has hydros on it, and it has air rise up and down on it. He's got a cooler that's painted up nice, and he always fills it up with beer. And then he has the other one with the actual speaker box in the back. So like they all have their things. That fridge is never empty. Just letting y'all know. That fridge is never empty. But dude, it is. Hey, cheers. And it is good, man. And and when you're riding out there with your guys and everybody gets to see it and stuff. I mean, it is a really good feeling when you have other people compliment you on what you did on the bike and this and that. Is like, wow, where did you come up with these concepts and stuff like that? And then the story that you give behind all these bikes, that's what lives with that bike. You know what I mean? Ooh, look at that. But that's what lives with these bikes. And then, because all the Schwinn's, all the old school GT performers, all these old school bikes, we all want them, but we don't know the history behind them. There's no history that we can connect to. The only thing is like, I wanted one when I was a kid. That's it. But we don't know about Frank's trike, this and that. We know the builder. We know the history behind it and where it's gonna go. Because once we're gone, man, that's it, we're done. But the bikes live on forever, So I really like talking about the bikes, man.
I mean, hey, going back to the bike, I mean, I was just I wanted to build a lowrider. Like I saw Nick's bike, I'm like, I want my shit with spokes. I want graphics. You know, I didn't get to do graphics, but I got leafing but eventually I'm gonna redo it and give it the proper paint job it deserves, and change the setup on it, and just do everything I can now with the knowledge I have to it, because it'll look completely different. But the main objective is for it just to kick ass.
Yeah, as it should be.
That green bike back there too, man, that's another badass bike that I really appreciate. I like what you've done with it. That bike gets a lot of attention. Like, we've been around that bike when we're out riding. Definitely a rider, but it turns a lot of heads, man. It's a beautiful bike, man. When it comes to the nerves, it's definitely one of the baddest ones out there. Because that I've personally seen. I really do appreciate that bicycle. I like what you've done with it, man. And I'm excited to see what else you come up with, man. And I know that puts pressure on you too, because it's like, oh man,
now I gotta outdo myself on this one.
But the thing though with Frank is like, being like hanging out with him now, and kind of that time when we went out to Cali. And again, man, thank you for opening your house to us. That was a good time, but I got to really, get to know you. Oh man, but the wings and the
fire.
Yeah, but no, I really got to see you and got to know you, and I know you really about this life, man. He got drawings, like everything in his garage. I got to see his setup, and I'm like, yeah, he's about that. Like, I know that this is a passion for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just want, yeah, man, just keep it going, man. And you do it for the right reasons. Like it takes you away, but it keeps you there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your home away from home. I like your setup. You have the house, and then you have the garage separate, which is cool. I dig that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something I wouldn't mind having myself.
I ain't gonna lie. When I go to Frank's house and then just kick it for the day or whatever, because there's places that I will stay when I go to California, but there's some kind of novelty about Frank's house that is like, you just go there and every inch that you turn in that garage, you see something cool and new. You're like, I just don't want to leave. I just don't want to leave. Like, it's just a lot of cool things. I mean, you have other guys that have like the garages, they're all decked out, they have everything, but there's just something different about yours that just gives me like, this is so cool just to chill.
It's inviting.
It is very inviting. And then your backyard, you got the koi pond and fire pit and this, and then Megan gets down in the kitchen too. And
shout out to Megan.
Megan's
too.
in there too.
Where you at?
She's there. Say hi, Megan. Where's she at?
Go light some fire. Go light some fire for Tony.
Yeah,
Hi.
Yeah, man.
You know, so there's Megan. She does some cotton bomb cooking also, and great host when we go down there. So I'm really.
And she
really
rides
happy.
out there too, man. She's a rider. She's always out there too with Frank, man. So it's always good to see when the couple rides, and it's cool that you guys are out there, man.
You're part of Barkada Bicycle Club. How long you been with them?
I believe since 2016.
2016? Wow. It's a long, and then you seen the whole club just grow and everything. The last time we hung out with you, you had a few of the Barkada members at your house, and we got to see a patch in from one of your guys' members. That was cool. I mean, we really enjoy the Barkada family, like everyone that's included in that Barkada family.
Hey, shout out to the Nomad chapter and worldwide.
Yeah, and worldwide. I mean, everyone in that we've dealt with all your guys, a lot of the members there. But man, it's just nothing but class act when it comes to a Barkada Bicycle Club from all over the world I have met. So it's been really cool to keep those friendships and keep your friendship and knowing you, and we got to know each other. We all got to know you a whole lot better and stuff. And so it's just cool times. Yeah, it's culture. I mean, the bikes. So it's like they always say, the bikes is what we all like, but the people is what keeps it together. You know what I mean?
Now that you've been kind of riding, what's your one of your favorite places to ride? Like, do you have one of those like, oh man, every time I go there, it's like chill, or it's a good little getaway for you?
Man, I love the beach. But
yeah,
it's the beach. It's got to be the beach.
But what is any beach, or just by the water, or just the sounds, or what?
All of them.
Yeah.
All beaches. I mean, to be honest with you, number one is San Diego. I mean, shout out to 1904. They fucking own San Diego, and every time you go out there, it's just a blast with them, you know.
Oh.
How many bikes do you got? Watch this.
That's what you gotta really think. Be like, huh?
How many bikes you got?
More than a few.
There's like 22 in my garage, and I got 2 outside.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And you got the pedal cars.
And you got the pedal cars, but you got a lot of bikes in there, and you're going to San Diego. Okay. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey,
Frank's got 10 bikes. Frank's got 10
show.
bikes he's bringing to San Diego.
Exactly. Hey, that's gonna be a really good show.
Right.
That's gonna be a really good show, man.
Talk a little bit about that, man. Like, why do you say why?
I mean,
Because
fuck,
the
venue.
right?
The venue looks fucking awesome. It's huge. I mean, just can't wait to see that thing filled with the shitload of fucking badass bikes and just good people, you know.
And 10 of yours. And then right
10. Now, when you said,
I can only take the prettiest ones. That's like 3 of them.
Well, you gotta bring 4 then.
I can only take 3 of them. That's it.
So that's it. All right, bring all 3
that's
then.
a lot, man.
Bring all 3 then. We want to see all 3 bikes. You bring all 3 then.
And then the Rusty bike. I'll bring in Rusty. That
Bring
one's
him.
cool. He can ride.
We want to make sure. That's right, man. We want to make Jimmy Peaks that show gonna be a huge show, man.
And you know what? Hey, shout out to Jimmy Peak too, man. Hey, Jimmy Peak's a world class that guy, cool as fuck, very knowledgeable about just building bikes. You know him, fucking Robert. Hey, I like to give a shout out. You know what? I'll give a shout out to everyone that helped me on my bike. You know what I mean? Because I didn't do this alone. I mean, the idea was mine, but
You're talking about the nerve behind you,
the
right?
The green one?
Yeah, so talk a little bit about that. Like,
who helped you out on that?
Yeah.
Who helped you out on that one? What was doing what?
Robert from HB Cruisers did all the fab work for me. I took him my design. At the time, I didn't have the proper tools like a jig, a bender. All I had was a welder, but you need all that other shit to really make this fucking thing straight as an arrow, you know. And this guy's got the top notch welds, you know, money can buy, and he's cool as fuck. I mean, hanging out with that guy reminds me of being at work.
That's dope.
You know, he's just you know, it's time to go, and you're like, fuck.
He comes from that too.
What was that?
I say he comes from that too. I believe he was a union worker too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a pipe fitter, welder, you know, welding pipes, and it's just natural to him, and he kicks ass.
Yeah.
So I had him help me do that. I had Warren do my wheels. I had B&B Studio do my engraving. I had Rudy Murillo do my plating. I had Stephanie Pinstripes do the striping. I painted it and cleared it. And Two Fountains Skate Shop for hooking me up with the grip tape that I got at the bottom of the bike. I put nothing but grip tape on the bottom of the bike.
Why did you put, just so people know that don't know the reason why did you put the grip tape in the bottom?
Just to kind of protect it, but you know, I know that once I bottom out, that shit's just gonna come right off.
That's just gonna come right off, yeah.
Yeah, but hey, anything to try to prevent shit, you know, is always there. And fuck, who else? Like, I gotta give thanks to Megan for being my biggest supporter and always just believing in me and pushing me and telling me, you know, you can outdo yourself each time.
Yeah,
that's
sometimes we need that, man, because like we hit that block, you know what I mean? Whereas you've sat down and you can only look at it so much. You go inside, then you come back out and you look at the bike again. What else does it need? And then there's days where I've just sat there and just looked at it.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't know what else. And I mean, I know it needs something. I know but then I'll walk away again. And then sometimes I have to break away and go to a different project. Get that blood pumping again, that excitement, because I've lost interest for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I tell people is don't rush it. Use patience, because when you rush, you're gonna cut corners. You're gonna forget things. You're
gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, and you're already spending money, so it's better just to do it right once.
Yeah.
Think about it twice, but do it right once. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Because that way, really, you get it done
Measure
the first
price
time.
once.
Yeah, that's why the mock-up is very important. Like before the show
Super.
started, like Tony was showing me the mock-up for something he got coming up, and I'm like, yeah, I remember those days of the excitement of just
Yeah.
of mocking it up, and just that final, like, damn, that's what it's gonna look like, and then no longer seeing it that way till you see it again, till everything's kind of done. That's crazy.
It's
right?
been a minute. It's been a minute for me to actually build like complete custom. The last one I built was for my brother, but we got those went to a different hand. Hey, shout out to Ronald, because he ended up with the black G Child, a Bike Life guy. So shout out to Ronald, because he ended
Okay.
up with it. But with that being said, I mean, for my own personal bike, I know exactly what Danny was talking about. I know exactly what you do, because it's like my bike's gonna get done and everything, and it took me literally. I've had it for about a year already, like sitting, but it literally took me about a month to take it apart. The only reason why it took me a month to take it apart is because I had to leave it there until I was completely done with my mock-up, as much as I possibly can, to take off everything. Because when you try to do the bike and you don't do the mock-up and make sure and test ride your bike, and you painted it or you powder coated it or you did something to it, and then you have to add something, you have to weld something. Nah, man, you gotta wait. Paint is the last thing in the world. Powder coating is completely last. Everything else comes before that, but it's the functionality. Make sure everything works before you take it all apart and weld or customize whatever you need to do. Then you think about paint. Other than that, if you try to do it the other way around, you're just gonna you're gonna be waiting a lot, because now you're gonna hit a blockage when it's like, oh man, but I don't wanna drill a hole in the paint in the frame, because if it mess up, then I just scraped up the paint job, or I scraped up the powder coating, or whatever you did. So it is very important, mock-up. And I have seen your mock-ups.
Right.
I have seen your progressions and the plans on your bike.
I mean, hey, I went as far. Hey, when I did both of these bikes, I went as far as got the little, the little plastic sticks that come with the models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to fuck with models heavy, and I still have them.
Yeah.
So I used the plastic to make like the suspension, how it would work. I made all the hinges,
Huh.
and I'm just looking at it like this shit's gotta work.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did it on paper. Now I got a little plastic stick figure model. It works.
Anything that
Yeah.
works.
Like Danny
anything
said,
that
hey, now you gotta apply yourself.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
it's
anything works.
Sink or swim.
Yeah.
And it's like you get inspiration from everywhere. You get inspiration from everywhere. I look at old school cars. I look at old school motorcycles. I look at those type of things and just pick little things that I need. I don't think that you have to have the most expensive parts. I think you just have to have the right parts, the right looking parts to compensate for the look that you're going for your bike. Okay, anybody can buy parts from anywhere. Name brand, if you stick with one name brand and you can buy all the parts and like, okay, wow, you bought them all. That's fine. But it's it's the combination of the parts that I feel like if you can find the right combination of parts, the whole bike can look badass, no matter what parts you have.
Hey, but sometimes you can't do that, and you gotta work with what you got.
You gotta work with what you got.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, exactly.
You gotta make it cool.
I'm all about that, like, because of me, like,
Right.
I buy, sell, trade bikes that I see, like, parts, I look at all this stuff because I start to recognize frames, I start to recognize just everything from handlebars to like, hey, this came stock with this, or these wheels came stock with that. Without knowing, I was retaining all that information, but just kind of from me just fucking with bikes is like you start to learn just everything like just to recognize parts, and I didn't know that I was learning this knowledge. So as I talk more about it too, I'm like, yo, man, I didn't know that I knew that much about bicycles. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, hey, these conversations do help because I forget that I've been doing it for a while. And for someone who is new to it, like I have this guy that's been calling me like his whole worries. I'm like, I found him a fat tire bike. Everything's cool. But he's worried about like, hey, so these wheels are red. I'm like, son, you worried about red wheels? Like the rims, the color. I'm like, he's not worried about but that's someone who's not really into bikes.
Yeah.
Who's just kind of coming into it.
We all gone through that.
And I'm like,
They don't know.
I'm far past that. Like, I don't care about the color. I'm more about the, like, son, you know what you're getting for the price that you're getting. I'm like, you're getting this bike for this much. I'm like, you're getting a quality ass bike. And it's not only that, it's handpicked for you. Like, everything that he told me he wanted, I already knew. I already know what kind of bike he wants, because a lot of time people don't know what they want.
Yeah.
They say they want this, and they get it, and they ride it, and then they figure out right away, this is not what I want. It's not comfortable, it looks cool, but I hate it. And they're not gonna want to ride it.
Do you have a new seat? Do you have a new seat?
That pick up air. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You want to be comfortable. You want to know. That's why it's important to know parts. And yeah, making it work, because sometimes just combining, like you said, the right parts can be all the right difference. But again, it's at the end of the day, always when it comes to shows and all that, it's the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I don't judge. I'm like, hey man, I dig the part combo, and I see how and what you did, and I see this is in stock, and I see this is custom. I appreciate all that stuff, and sometimes we do have to reach out to others that have that knowledge, like how you said you had to reach out to have others help you finish the custom bike, right? Because you need that knowledge. Sometimes you need that extra push, like you had help with yours, because sometimes that knowledge, that they have the know-how and they know the functionality, so when you tell them what you want, they know, okay, we can do it this way, and it's going to function properly, and it's going to get you what you want. And it's going to be something that you weren't thinking about, but because they have the experience and knowledge of, you know, how it works, they already know what to do. But you brought them the fresh idea, because that gets them thinking too. Because sometimes guys who are too technical are just worried about the work, the clean, is it straight, is it this, and forget about the art part of the stuff, the right curves, does it have flow? You know, who cares if it's clean, but does it have character? Is it, you know what I mean? Is it you?
Yeah.
So it's both, combining both. Yeah, combining both and being able to, because sometimes it's hard for us to, like, especially guys, to communicate. I want this, but you mean something else.
Yep.
And because we're hard-headed sometimes and shit, it becomes a fight. So when you find, when you find someone that can work with you and understand what you trying to do, that helps. So that's why it's good to know people who do this stuff that are around your neighborhood or your community that can assist you to help get you there. You know what I'm saying? And that's why going to shows, that's why watching these, following people, the YouTube, all that stuff is important.
Watching Jimmy Peak.
Yeah, you get ideas. You know what I mean? You get those ideas, you get the things flowing. You know, so yeah, man, I appreciate all that stuff, man.
Dude, and seeing what you're doing is good, man. We're doing what you're doing. You keep up the good work on your bikes, Frank, because you have a certain style. You have that LA California style. I mean, you live in Whittier Boulevard, which is one is like the capital lowrider place of the world, pretty much. It's just like everyone cruises Whittier Boulevard. I mean, you're like right there, so you get to see it. You've been there for such a long time, so the Chicano culture for you is like, it's like second nature to you. So there's like advantages of just being around that. And that's really cool. And a lot of the California guys, a lot of the Chicano guys that are part of that world, or lowrider clubs, or mini truck clubs, or whatever thing that has to do with car clubs or whatever, you're just bringing that into a bike now, and then the outcome is so crazy. I really love seeing what people come up with. And then sometimes the first time you build the bike is not going to be that same way. You're gonna come back, go to a bike show, you take your bike for the first time, you go to a bike show, you see everybody else's, and then you get your bike seen, and then you get probably a couple little critiques here and there, then you fix your bike for the following show. I feel like that's the better way to doing things, because you don't spend X amount of money again, you just improve what you got for the next show. That way people get to see that kind of stuff. It's like, oh wow, you added this. Oh wow, you added this. I'm redoing the Zephyr, but I'm redoing the Zephyr different from when I had it last time. So I had a great time with it and everything. It's gone now. It's completely stripped. Now it's a whole new view. So I'm really excited. The juices have been coming on again. So when I see people getting into the bikes and building them for a certain goal, our goal right now is SoCal. Man, you can't help but feeling that hunger. It's like, oh man, I gotta do this, I
Hey,
gotta do this, I gotta do this.
Tony, I feel just like you. I can't wait to see what you do with that Tony Chrome.
Yes, all right, Tony Chrome. Hey, I'm gonna lie.
I can't wait, bro.
I love my Tony Chrome.
But you see, that's the cool thing too. Like, it gets us excited that other people have stuff brewing and have stuff in the lab that they're working on, and we can't wait to see what other people come up with, because you do become a fan of other people's styles.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I do appreciate a lot of what a lot of people do, and when they bring something out, like, it's not something like, oh man, like you're expecting, but when it comes out, you're like, oh man, that's pretty tight. You know what I'm saying? It's a good surprise sometimes when going to these shows. And shout out to everyone who puts shows together.
Yes.
If we've missed any and all that, it's know that we do it on purpose. It's none of that stuff, man. It's just, this is what we do, man. It's live. A lot of times people do tag us. A lot of times people don't tag us and think that we see stuff, but we don't see it, because I'm really not on social media as much as you think I am. I'm more active on Instagram. So if you're not posting on Instagram and not tagging me, shout out to all the people that do DM us and that do tag us and that do get our attention, because a lot of times, because I'm not trying to be like, oh, but I do have a little bit of followers, so I might not see everybody's post, and it's not that I don't like people's stuff or that I'm not trying to not watch their stuff. Is like, I love when people send me stuff. Like, I'm not the guy that gets bothered by that kind of thing, you know. I do appreciate all that stuff, because this is what we do. We put content out there for you guys, for the bike community. Even though sometimes, it might not seem like that we're there all the time. We can't be, because we are humans too. We have stuff that we have going on, and especially living in Vegas, myself, I lived I'm in the casinos like 24/7, man. So me going away from the strip, like times I go to Yuma or times I go to Arizona or Cali, or just those getaways is what I look for. I go away from the party now, because I got that PTSD now, where I'm looking to like who's putting stuff in whose drinks, who's jacking who, because I've just been around the Vegas nightlife so much that it's not a break for me to go to like, you know what I'm saying? I can't be comfortable, because I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, I'm not comfortable. So I enjoy my getaway from everything is this bike life. So that's why I appreciate the conversations and the people that I meet. This is my getaway. This is what I choose to do.
Yes.
I don't have to do this when I'm around. I appreciate everyone when I'm having conversations and I'm learning new things, because a lot of this stuff I don't do it like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get rich off. It's like, hell no. The money's the last thing I think about when it comes to the bikes. Like really, I do the bike flips and all that stuff, because that's kind of to keep the party going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For, hey, let me get some gas money. Let me get, I want to buy some bike parts.
Yes.
And it keeps me out of the doghouse from, you know what I mean? Because this bike life can take a lot out of you. Like, for those that don't know this, a lot of us give a lot to this bike life. You know what I mean? So sometimes we give more to this than our own families. You know what I mean? So it does sometimes cause that separation. So sometimes we have to know when to step away
and balance it.
Yeah, like everybody has to do it. I don't care who you are. Everybody
has to balance.
You know what I mean? We have to do it. We're humans.
That's it, balance.
And we know you guys have to
balance.
do it. Yeah, everyone has to do it. So sometimes it's okay that you didn't make it to this ride. It's okay that you couldn't go out to this, because there's always going to be another one. You know what I'm saying? There is. Might not be the same, whatever, but there's always going to be another one, because there's always people that are pushing this, because there's always going to be somebody that's coming in for it for the first time, that's falling in love with it for the first time, that, you know what I mean? And a lot of us lose that. We lost it. We come in and it's like, it has to be this, it has to be that. And it's like, it don't have to be shit. You know what I mean? It really doesn't. It's a bicycle. Everything else that comes with it is extra. We make it extra, and that's what it is. It's become a bike life family. It's still small, you know what I mean? And it's okay. This will go mainstream. It's going to go mainstream. And I've been telling you guys that it's going to go mainstream. And mark my words, it is, because
it is going
bikes are getting on people's radar, and really it's becoming a thing now where people are starting to love bikes again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it is.
Gas prices and for whatever reasons, and because of people like yourselves posting and doing cool shit, man. That's what keeps this stuff going is you know what I mean? You guys.
Being creative.
It's not just me and Tony, man. It's all of you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, man. And
hey, I want to do collabs with a lot of people. You know, I want to collabs and fucking anyone out there. I want to put it right on your shit.
I know Greg
You know
wants to
what I
talk
mean?
to you.
Hey, Greg knows. When Greg's ready, he already knows.
Greg,
Hey,
I know
so,
Greg
so
is
for
ready.
someone who doesn't know, how can they get a hold of you? What is the best way to follow you? Are you most active Instagram, Facebook? What's the best way to follow you, man?
Fuck, I can't put my phone down, so it's either Instagram or Facebook. So you can follow me on Instagram under Maniaco416 or on Facebook under Francisco Hernandez. And I mean, yeah, you need questions, I can help you. You want me to do something for you? Yeah, let's talk. You know,
No,
money talks and bullshit talks, and at the same time, I wanna work with everybody because if people, it makes me feel good that people want cool shit. It makes me feel even better that they want my shit.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
You know, so yeah, exactly. And
It's a great feeling.
Even with ideas, we can work together. And like I said, I want to work with everyone out there, collabs with anybody. I mean, look what me and Robert did. Just like Robert asked me, "Is this shit gonna work, kid?" I said, "You bet your ass it is."
This shit ain't even gonna
You
work.
bet your ass it is. We're doing it. So, all right. And there was no looking back. And shout out to him and everyone else that's helped me. And a shout out to you guys. Everything that you
Thanks,
guys
man.
are doing on here, fucking having me on the show. You know, everyone out there in every city, in every state that's doing this shit. I mean, it's just one love, you know? We're all
is,
doing the
man.
same shit.
It's gotta be one
We're all
love.
doing the same shit. We use bikes to get away, you know. It's funny because you see some people who they don't do anything. They don't drink alcohol. They're straight sober, straight narrow. You're like, fuck, well, you never know. This person probably partied one time, or, you know, they were overweight and they used bikes to lose weight and they're super healthy and they're just super positive. You know,
Yeah,
whatever
it's helped a lot of people.
whatever it is the bike life does for you, it's out there. You know, like you said, people that don't know, just get on a fucking bike.
Just get on the
You know, how
bike.
can I
That's all
find
you
a
gotta
bike?
do.
Offer up swap meets, yard sales.
Oh, yeah, there's levels.
reach
there's,
out.
There's levels to the game. You got to start somewhere. So you got to start with whatever bike you can get, and then learn the skills to get up to those higher build levels. You know, because we all
And
we
you know
all
the
started
rule,
at that.
Yeah, and the number one rule is that you want to play, you gotta pay.
You got if you want to
Yeah.
play, you gotta pay. So that's just how it goes.
But hey, man,
Hey, man.
It's been a good show,
Woo,
man.
what a great
we
show.
thank you for coming on.
Was
man.
it?
Last video.
What?
Get the fire on, babe.
Oh,
I gotta sell it for you.
what a
Órale,
dick.
take us out there.
I'm gonna sell it for Tony.
Oh,
Órale,
what a
take us out there.
dick.
Give us that.
Oh
Give us
my
that fire.
gosh, look at his backyard.
Fire.
Fire.
Yeah,
There's my
that's
spot.
You.
There's my spot right there. That's my spot at Frank's house. And my spot. You got a TV back there too?
Oh, you
Nah,
got
it says bike lane.
Hey, where's the possum
bike lane?
at? Where's my homie, the possum?
The possum. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna post the possum on my Instagram page. The
Hey,
homie was out there with us. But yo, man,
Thanks, Frank. We greatly appreciate the you being a guest on our show. Thank you very much for showing us what you got and what you're about and everything. And you know, everybody got to see a little bit of inside of you and see how you are and what kind of person you are. But thank you very much for being on our show, man. We greatly appreciate it. Megan, shout outs to you, Megan, for holding it down
Megan,
for
where you
him.
at?
For holding it down for him. You know, because every good bike builder needs a good backbone, a good woman in the background. So, hey, man, shout out
show
to
him that
you.
shirt again. Show him the shirt.
So-
Rolly with the homies. Show him the
Really?
shirt. The clueless. Rolly with the homies. What's up? Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys very much. Hey, don't go. Don't hang up, okay? So just hold up.
Hey,
man.
hey, let me get a quick shout out.
Yes.
I want to shout out to everyone out there doing their thing. Those that are tuning in and those that are going to tune in later. Tony, Ssonn, you guys are the shit.
Appreciate
everyone
it, man.
out there. I mean, hey, my club, all the other clubs out there, solo riders. I mean, everybody doing their thing. You know,
Yeah,
I look
man,
forward to
thank
seeing
you.
everyone at the JP Peak show. You know,
Woo-hoo!
hey, another thing, hey, I want to give a shout out to Vampiro's dog Rocky for fucking biting me in my fucking calf today, that motherfucker. He don't like bikes. That motherfucker don't like bikes. He got me.
You don't like bikes? He fucking got me.
Yeah, hey, I walked in the backyard. And he goes, hey, he doesn't like bikes. And he came around the bike, and my free
tore
wheel
you
was
up.
spinning.
And
he
tore you
fucking
up.
got me. And I'm like, you motherfucker. So, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, Rocky.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Don't hang up. Don't hang
All
up.
right, guys. Hey, much love. Hey, everybody.
Much love.
Love you guys.
All right, but don't hang up. Don't hang up. Hey, man, that was a great
don't
show,
forget.
man. That's a great show. This was a
105.9.
great show. You guys got to meet Frank Hernandez, Francisco Hernandez. Man, good, genuine dude. Thank you guys for tuning in. I think we have a video at the end. We have a closing video at the end, so check it out. And wait till next week's show. We'll let you know. Just
remember to like, subscribe, and again, man, 2 shares.
2 shares. And congratulations to the guys that won Bike of the Week this week. And then tonight, I'm putting all the bikes lined up on Pedals Up Podcast, and you guys get to vote. So like I always say, hey, man, good show, Dan.
Yes, sir.
Good job, good show. Hey, production team, good show, guys. Hey, like I always say at the end of the show, if you ain't got a bike, get a bike. Stop being lazy in your goddamn life, and we out of here.
Inside the ghetto, most of us deserve a medal, pero ni pedo. Conozco el mismo paletero de cuando era niño. Yo y mi amigo decíamos que éramos primos. A lot of people work hard in the hood, yeah, they start in the hood, then move far from the hood. That's why you got a lot of heart in the hood, cause the way we look at life is all good. Claro que se cansa, but even in the hood hay esperanza. El que quiere siempre avanza, siempre hay una chance, puede ser la tuya. Mi homie que también es de mi barrio, pero estudia, tiene una carrera, now he's doing cool. Living in a big house, rest the other 2. This is for the OG tecatos in the hood that don't ever think of leaving, even if they ever could.
Keep watching, keep watching, keep watching. Keep hating, keep hating. They looking, they watching, they watching, they watching. They hating, they talking, they talking. Keep watching. They talk about us like we don't know that they talk about. Keep hating.